My name is Kyle Evans, and I go to the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. This right here is a controller for Maxim SP. What it is I open it up here. It's actually just a PlayStation 2 game controller that I've hacked into, and it was made to plug into a computer for PC control. And it's got a little USB port right here that comes out of it, so it makes for easy access to spit numbers into the computer. And I pretty much just opened it up, and since it had two joysticks, I took out the potentiometers of those joysticks and added photocells and replaced them. And then I was able to create a program here in Max that could decipher everything that comes in. Since it's a game controller, everything, all the buttons and all the potentiometers come out through the joystick and through the buttons. And these are all right here just from the PlayStation controller, like the circle, the triangle, the X, and square buttons. And then these ones are the R buttons, L1, R1, L2, R2. Well, this right here is the D-pad that I have. And then right here, these are all the joystick functions that I replaced with photocells. So I take these values that I gather from deciphering from that patch, and then I send them into another patch, and I just use all the slider values to control any type of audio or synthesis that I want to. Right here I can play these right here are the D-pad buttons that I have. This one is air traffic communication sample that I have. For the air traffic control sound, I was flying on an airplane, and for some reason, this one I never experienced this before. But in the side seat, they have the little radio thing that you can listen to on the side. This one in particular, you could listen to the air traffic control, everything that was going on with that airplane during the whole flight. So I just sat there and listened to it for hours, you know, because it was just really entertaining. And then I realized I got to record some of this. So I just plugged it into my laptop and recorded it, and then started programming from there and started manipulating it. It was really just a challenge to see if I could make a controller myself instead of having to buy one at the store or something like that, which can get really, really pricey. While this is a $20 game controller, I got at Radio Shack and just opened it up and got some cheap components for it and just did a little bit of programming, and then I had a perfect controller. Cigar boxes are perfect to house any type of music or synthesizer that you might want to build, or controller, just because they're sturdy and they're easy to drill into. They're just perfect. I did come across a lot of problems when I was trying to do the programming, because I'm using the object that I use that gathers all the information coming in through the USB port. It comes in almost randomly, and it was really a struggle to try to decipher all of that language and try to turn it into something that I could use to control other objects. I think photocells they're great for performance. They show you can do a lot of movement and things like that, and people can see with your hands how you're affecting the sound. And it works almost, because I think people like the whole theremin aspect of proximity sensors and things, but these are a whole lot cheaper than that to use, so I think that's why a lot of people are using them now. Obviously, with just this controller right here, I can program any patch I want and just create a multitude of sounds, which I'll definitely be using it for more in the future. But also what I want to do, what I didn't think about before, was having external devices that I could plug into this box, and then that would replace, say, the photocells as actual knobs and things like that, or bin sensors or any other type of resistor that I would want to use. These are some synthesis little patches that I made right here that can be triggered from here. Every time I press one of these, if I press this button, then it will trigger this right here, and then I can control that in many different ways. Like with amplitude modulation right here, I got this photocell that controls it and changes it. Then filters also right here. I got a low pass filter on it. And then for another sample, for the air communication one, I've got speed control right here on this one, and then modulation right here again on that one. Depending on the light levels, they're always changing. So depending on where I'm going to perform it. So what I added in parallel to these photocells is these little potentiometers. And what I can do is twist these, and it gives a value how much the potentiometer is going to receive. And so then I can crank it up for really, really low light levels, and so I can get more into it. Or if I've got something that's really, really bright, I can turn it down and just get the perfect amount in there, along with the programming also and adding ranges and things like that inside Max. Then I can find a perfect medium for it. Like I use a M-Audio trigger finger to control my dynamics also while while running this patch, and then I control all the input and all the modulation and everything with this.